Yay! I have the keys to unlock Pocket Roni. Okay, we're going to be doing square unit conversions. So if you see here, this is 7 square feet. And we want to we want to convert the square feet into square inches. Units can have exponents just like numbers can. So since this is the exponent of 2, we want to have square, this means square feet, this means square inches. Or you can say inches squared, feet squared. Most of the time you're going to hear it said square feet. Another way you might see it written is 7 square feet. Or you might see 7 square feet with the symbol for feet. So the main thing is don't ever use an exponent with the foot symbol. You never say 7 square feet or 7 feet squared, because it looks like a 21 or a 12. Don't ever do that. Don't ever mix your symbols. You can mix your words with your symbols, or just all words, square feet. So that's what that means, square feet. So how do we convert 7 square feet into square inches? Well, one of the first things I would say to do is write out feet, square feet, as feet times feet. When you square something, it just means itself times itself. 5 squared means 5 times 5. So square feet means feet times feet. So I would rewrite it like that. So we have 7 feet, feet. Remember, we turn that into a fraction. Now we're multiplying it by a conversion factor. Our conversion factors are always fractions. We're trying to get rid of feet. So feet needs to go in the denominator here, which means inches goes in the numerator. Well, that means that only 1 foot cancels with that. So it means we have to do it again. Do your conversion factor again. Feet in the bottom, inches in the top. And we know that there are 12 inches in 1 foot, 12 inches in 1 foot. So therefore, this foot cancels with that foot. And so we have inches times inches, which is inches squared, and that's what we want to have left. So this is just a big long fraction, which means you multiply across. 7 times 12 times 12. Let's see, that would be 144 times 7 is 1008. I got that from doing 7 times 12 times 12. There's no feet here. Inches times inches is square inches, all over 1 times 1 times 1. And there's no units in the bottom because the feet went away. So 1008 square inches divided by 1 is still 1008 square inches. That was 29B1. Now let's look at 29B2. We're trying to go from square meters to square centimeters. Again, you might see it written as square meters and square centimeters. You might see SQ meaning square. So I'm just going to write it with exponents as square meters to square centimeters. So we're starting out with 3, and I'm just going to write it as meters times meters. Meters times meters is square meters. I'm going to make that into a fraction. I'm going to multiply by a conversion factor. I'm trying to get rid of, this is not millimeters, that means meters times meters. So I'm trying to get rid of meters, so that needs to go in the denominator, which means the centimeters needs to go on the top. There are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Well, that only gets rid of 1 of my meters. So that means I need to do it again. 100 centimeters all over 1 meter. That gets rid of that meter and the second meter. which means my units, just looking at the units, will be centimeters times centimeters, which means centimeters squared, and that's what I'm wanting. So, multiplying fractions, multiply your numerator straight across. 3 times 100, 300. 300 times 100, 30,000 if I'm getting all my zeros right. Yeah, 30,000. So that would be 30,000 centimeters times centimeters means centimeters squared. I don't want to write my final answer as centimeters times centimeters. Write it as centimeters squared or square centimeters. Your denominator 1 times 1 times 1. 1, 30,000 divided by 1 is still 30,000. So 30,000 square centimeters is the same as 3 square meters. Now go to 29E1. We want to go from square feet to square yards. Okay, starting with 27 square feet. So I'm going to rewrite my feet as feet times feet. The number stays the same. That does not change. Your 27 is still 27. Your feet is the only thing that is squared, not the 27. Do not write 27 feet times 27 feet. That's not correct. That's wrong. The 27 is not squared. Only the unit is squared. Only the foot is squared. So it's 27 and then only the feet is squared. Square foot. Feet times feet. Turn that into a fraction by putting it over 1. Now we want to multiply by a conversion factor. We want the foot to go away. So feet goes in the denominator. Yard goes up here. We know that there are 3 feet to 1 yard. That means this foot cancels and only 1 over here. I have to do it again so that this foot will cancel. So feet here, yard up here, 3 feet there, 1 there. Now that foot cancels with my other feet. Since everything is being multiplied, that foot cancels with the other one. Now, multiplying fractions across, 27 times 1 is 27. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And then my units left is my yard times my yard, which means yard squared. Now we do 27 divided by 9. That would be 3 square yards. So 27 square feet is the same as 3 square yards.